I'm a death doula, and there's no coincidence, of course, that death doulas and birth doulas have the same name. We're at two ends of the process. Birth doulas and birth midwives help people in, death doulas and death midwives help people out. And the way I understand that in my work is really from almost a systems perspective, that when we're born, when someone is pregnant with a child, the pregnant person and the child are one being. They're a single organism. And the process of being born is the slow process of getting ready to and then coming apart. And that process is painful and it's messy, it hurts, but it's also in some ways a profound miracle, and it's what makes life possible. At the other end, when someone dies, the same thing happens. The person, whether they are, and it's even harder if they're not born yet, but even if they're not born yet, but whether they're 2 days old or 100 years old, they are intertwined in their community. They're held in a single larger collective organism, a collective body. And the dying process, whether it happens quickly or slowly, is about coming apart. And it's messy and it's painful, but in some ways it's kind of a miracle, and it's what makes life possible. And when we see that the person giving birth and the baby are the two parts of the team that brings that in and the community around them, and when we also watch the other end and say, it's the dying person and it's the community around them, and it's the reconfiguration of relationships between and amongst those, we can look at it from a less individualistic lens. We can say, these are the gates. One is how we come into this dimension, one is how we go out of this dimension. And both of them have the same relational quality. The process of meeting them is about learning to transform relationships. There's a physical process to meeting them, but at the emotional, spiritual, and energetic process, it's about transforming relationships, about figuring out how to let go, or figuring out, if the letting go happened quickly, how to adjust to that letting go.